What up? It's your boy Dino Red of the Red Rock Podcast Network. And you listen to my boy T. Wilson of the What Up Doe Show. You better tell somebody, baby.
The What Up Doe Show. Your commentary on sports, entertainment, and alternative news.
Yeah, how you like me now? Hey, it's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe Show. Yo, what up, though, y'all? It's your Tuesday, Sunday. It is a Tuesday morning. It's your boy T. Wilson. I am live on a Tuesday morning for the What Up Doe Show. I want to thank you all for joining me. Not sure where today's show is going to go. Got quite a bit of stuff to talk about, quite a bit of stuff to cover. Just been getting a little entrenched in an issue. Trying to bite my tongue is making me bubble up, and, you know, I don't want to explode one day, so I'm going to try to get a little bit off of my chest today so I don't explode in the future. I also want to say big up to all my people out there that's celebrating a birthday today. So let's get to some birthdays. Why not? I got Marlon Barabin, got Camilla Black Walters, Andre James, Janice Peyton Prevost, Detroiter actress and writer of the beautiful Cherry Sparks. What's up, Cherry? And last but certainly not least, I have a hard time with certainly. Last but certainly not least, a good friend of mine. She's a graphic artist as well as a writer and poet that goes by the moniker Baby Girl. Big up to my girl, Kim Summers. Happy birthday, baby girl. And that's my birthdays for today. So on that note, happy birthday to all of y'all. So now that we done got that out the way, y'all, let's go on and get this party started.
What Up Doe Sports?
In sports, What Up Doe Sports? The NFC North leading Green Bay Packers scored 31 first-half points and held off a late comeback attempt to earn a thrilling 43-37 victory over the Atlanta Falcons, whose loss ensures that this season's NFC South champion will have at least 8 losses. That's crazy to me. I think the last time something like that happened, the irony is the winner of that division was the NFC West had a year like that, and Seattle ended up winning the division. Remember that? And then they went out there and they upset New Orleans in the playoffs and took everybody by storm and blah, 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 and blase splee. But the irony was, in following years, they ended up winning the Super Bowl. Like 2 years later, they ended up getting real good after that and won the Super Bowl. So you never know, man. You never know. One of these NFC South teams might come to the playoffs and shock somebody. Hey, I've seen stranger things happen. Several athletes are making the silent protest statement, "I can't breathe," by showing up to pregame workouts wearing a shirt bearing those words. The list of athletes making the statement is growing, including Derrick Rose, LeBron James, Reggie Bush, Jarrett Jack, Kevin Garnett, and Darren Williams. You may also recall my commentary last week about a group of St. Louis Rams who made the hands up gesture as they came out of the tunnel, and they came under fire from the St. Louis Police Department. No fines or punishment came to them, thankfully. The question of the appropriateness of athletes making statements supporting such protests is out there, and it's quietly growing legs. We'll see where this goes as the movement grows. I hadn't planned on speaking on it, but since it's out there, let's go ahead and get something off my chest. I tell you what I don't like, and it comes up to me because of the Barkley thing, Charles Barkley kissing everybody's ass and saying stupid shit like, "Oh, I don't know if slavery was the worst thing." Okay, whatever, man. In addition to that, Barkley sides with the cops on all fronts. He sided with Zimmerman. He agreed with the Zimmerman verdict. He agreed with the non-indictment of Darren Wilson, and he now agrees with the non-indictment of this bitch that killed Eric Garner. Basically, white people are putting the mic in front of him every chance they get on black issues because he stands against black people now. He's their new nigga of the day. And that's exactly what he is, and I hope he understands that. I mean, it doesn't help your case. OJ was a greater white man than you are, and they got him. They took him down. Look at Bill Cosby, taking him down. Michael Jackson literally turned into a white guy, and they turned on him too. So don't think this helps you. But what really irks me, though, is how whenever a black guy does what Barkley's doing, and the same happened with Jason Witten after not Jason Witten, but what's that guy's name? Jason Whitlock, I think is his name, that used to be with ESPN. He spoke out on a black issue. They fired him. So then he started coming out in the paper, defending white people against black issues, and now they love him again. They speak very highly of him. Oh, he's ballsy. Whenever somebody does that shit like what Barkley's doing, they call him honest and brave. Oh, I admire his honesty. Oh, the bravery of him to come out and say that. Really? Are you serious? Is that really the honest and brave thing to do? To come out to the masses on white media where the white people are the majority of people listening and side with them? Or is it brave to stand up against him? Is it actually more brave to stand up against? Is it dishonest if you don't agree with him? What makes it so honest? Because he agrees with you? White people irk me with that bullshit. They really do. And big up to my man Jerry Taylor. He invited me to this group once. It was called Political Rantings. I guess the group is kind of defunct now. I left. I was there for a little bit, but it started to irk me that my first day in there, a guy that was on the other side, he was always opposed to me, I'm sure. He had made a good point, and I agreed with him. And his response was, I want to thank Tim for having an honest opinion. And he made honest in bold letters, all caps. Make sure that everybody know that I was being honest for agreeing with him. And then he never called me honest again, because then our differences reared its head moving forward. And then one day I called him on it because I got really tired of his BS, and I made sure I reminded him that the only time you called me honest was when I agreed with you. And that's the Republican shit. That's the Fox News type shit. They call themselves honest reporting because they're the only ones honest enough to disagree with something Obama said. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Just because you don't make me honest for agreeing with you, and it doesn't make me dishonest for disagreeing with you. Quite frankly, anybody that can't see that this guy choked Eric Garner is being dishonest. Anybody that thinks Darren Wilson's pictures of his quote-unquote bruises is evidence of him getting beat up by a 17-year-old kid and justified in shooting and killing this kid living in the middle of the street like that is not being honest. They're being dishonest. I think it's very dishonest and weak of Charles Barkley to step out and say, oh, I agree with the cops. I think black people are wrong and they're scumbags for doing this. Man, you sound like them. There's nothing honest about that. There's nothing honest about it. Just because you got a white woman and white-looking kids don't make you exempt. It doesn't make you one of them. And if you were honest enough to face that, you would see beyond your own bullshit. Now, you want some real talk? That's some real talk. It irks me when they play this game that your honesty is dependent upon agreeing with them. To me, it's more brave. It's more brave for LeBron James and Derrick Rose to stand up and protest. They have nothing to gain. They have everything to lose. They have everything to lose. Nothing to gain. They stand in the face of the ridicule. They stand in the face of the powers to be, the most powerful people in the country coming down on them. The masses to come back and have backlash against them. That's bravery. And is their opinion dishonest because they think what they saw in the video is in accordance with what the thousands of millions of protesters across the country thinks too? Charles Barkley, look in the mirror, brother. What do you see? You see a black man? Oh,
You're blind, baby. You're blind from the facts on who you are because you're watching that garbage.
Oh, you're blind. Now, I did not plan on going here. I really didn't, but I'm here now. So let's just say this in closing. As before I move on, I just want to say that I think it's very brave and very honest of them to stand up and make a statement like this. And Adam Silver said, hey, I applaud them for making their statements, for standing up in protest. I just wish that they would stay in our attire, NBA attire, when they're doing warm-ups. No, that's when they have to make the statement when everybody can see them. They have to make the statement when they can be seen. Otherwise, they're talking to themselves. They want the message out there that it's wrong. These are men. These are black men. Many of them, if not all of them, at least some of them are fathers. Many of them, if not all of them, at least some of them are fathers of black children, of black boys, of black men who are the victims, the senseless victims of these unpunished crimes. It's their duty to stand up. They're not just standing up for the protesters. They're not just standing up against the cops. They're standing up for their children. They are standing up for their children, their nephews, their cousins, and maybe even in some cases their uncles. Eric Garner was a father of 6 children. Charles Barkley, you should be ashamed of yourself. No respect for you. I respected you very little to begin with. I had very little respect for you as it was, and I'm glad you proved me right. I have 0 respect for you, you fat bitch.
What Up Doe Entertainment.
All right, enough of that. Let's lighten the mood, man. Let's get back to the What Up Doe Show, man. Big up to my man Buck Nutty. Let's get out there with the Buck Nutty. He is out there in Miami. So talk to me, Buck Nutty. What's going on?
What up, though? It's your boy Buck Nutty, and I am coming to you live on a Tripped Out Tuesday. It was money and not women that made Diddy punch Drake outside of a Miami nightclub early Monday morning. Diddy confronted Drake just outside LIV nightclub where they'd both been partying, and the topic of Diddy's conversation was business, not personal. Business. During the conversation, voices were raised and Diddy said, "You will never disrespect me, knuckle," and then he clocked Drizzy. Word on the street is that it was just one punch fight. Drake was stunned but not knocked out. I guess it wasn't the best he ever had. 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 This your boy Buck Nutty, and I am coming to you live for the What Up Doe Show.
All right, Buck Nutty, thank you very much for that. Also, on a fairly serious entertainment front, Floyd Mayweather was on FaceTime with one of his best friends when the guy pulled out a gun, shot his wife, and then killed himself. Rapper Earl Hayes called Floyd on FaceTime Monday morning in a rage over claims his wife, VH1 star Stephanie Mosley, had been unfaithful. Earl said he was going to kill his wife, and the champ was pleading with him to get a grip, but to no avail. Floyd will not say how much he saw, but he acknowledges he was a witness and heard everything. Floyd is in shock and is having extreme difficulty dealing with the fact that he witnessed a horrifying murder-suicide. I'm sorry to hear that, both for Floyd and the victims. May I rest in peace.
What up, everybody? This is Gil Lowry from the Onyx Truth Podcast, and you were listening to my homeboy T. Wilson from the What Up Doe Show. So keep it locked, fam.
What Up Doe News.
In Mexico City, Mexico, a French stunt motorcyclist took on the sickest ride of his career when he rode his bike and performed stunts on a Mexico City roller coaster track. Julian Dupont, who specializes in performing trick routines in urban settings, performed 2 backflips during his ride on the tracks of the Montana Rusa roller coaster at an amusement park in Mexico City. The 100-foot tall wooden roller coaster, which was once the world's tallest, is designed for a powerless train to travel its tracks using only the power of gravity. Now I feel better, for sure, DuPont said after completing his stunt. This morning I was very nervous because I'm not used to riding this kind of stuff. It was the sickest ride ever, dude. The sickest ride ever. In Birmingham, Alabama, a church announced it will start holding services at a Buffalo Wild Wings to reach potential parishioners who wouldn't go to church. The Reverend Wesley Savage, minister of young adults for River Chase United Methodist Church in Birmingham, said the church is planning to begin holding Sunday services at a local Buffalo Wild Wings in the hopes of attracting worshipers who might be intimidated by the church setting. We believe there's a population that would attend a service there that wouldn't go to a church. That's what Savage told the What Up Doe Show. He said, we hope it's going to be a more inviting atmosphere for the children. The services have been dubbed the Stream, and they are being billed and signs protested by the church as Wings, Prayer, Sports. We're gonna have wings. We're gonna have a little prayer. We're gonna praise him. And we're gonna watch a little football. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Mm-hmm. In Los Angeles, California, police said a man who led officers on a 90-mile-per-hour chase in a stolen BMW attempted to flee on a skateboard, but was blocked by a former reality TV star. The suspect, whose name was not released, stole the BMW sedan, and he reached speeds of 90 miles per hour while fleeing, pursuing officers. All those ings threw me off there. Fleeing, pursuing officers. The man abandoned the car after crashing it into the back of another vehicle, and he fled on foot holding a longboard-style skateboard. The suspect attempted to ride the skateboard for less than a block, but switched back to running after only a few seconds. A pickup truck was able to block the man's path and allow police to apprehend him. The driver of the pickup truck turned out to be Luis Lou Pissarro, star of late True TV reality series Operation Repo.
Down, down, down!
In Birkenhead, England, a double-decker bus on its way to pick up passengers whose train was canceled in Britain lost its roof when it struck the bottom of a railway bridge. A stagecoach person said the bus, which did not have any passengers at the time of the crash, was not traveling on its usual route because it had been serviced for an issue earlier in the day. Man, this bus was just having a bad day, wasn't it? Just not my day. First I break down, then I lose my head. The area the vehicle was in at the time is not part of its usual route. Safety is our absolute priority, and we will be carrying out an investigation into the incident. The spokesman told the What Up Doe Show, "We have no idea why that bus was going that way. We knew that bridge was too damn low." Ah! Somebody was playing some Parliament music. Tear the roof off the sucker. Tear the roof off the mother sucker. Tore the roof off the sucker. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I want to thank y'all for joining me, man. Have a great Tuesday, man. Big up to my homie Latone Heart. He is the host of the 7:30 show. You can hear it on Spreaker.com, Stitcher.com, and iTunes. Big up to Dino Red of the Shiznit Show. Yesterday I called him Dino Black, but who cares? He's Dino. He's Dino Purple. Anyway, Dino was purple on the show. Remember Dino on the Flintstones? He was purple. So from now on, his name should be Dino Purple instead of Dino Red. Anyway, big up to Dino Red of the Shiznit Show. You can hear his show on the shiznitshow.com, also on Stitcher.com. Big up to the Hoopla crew, which includes Dino Red. They can be heard on Stitcher.com. And also big up to my man Enrique Black. All these colors and names is driving me crazy. Enrique Black, he does a show called the 5 Minutes Away Podcast. Check out his latest episode. I'm on there. It was pretty cool. I didn't know. I knew I was coming up, but I didn't know it had been released, and I cut it on, and there I was. But it was cool. It's a cool little interview that we did on his show. So check that out if you get a chance. It's called the 5 Minutes Away Podcast. You can look it up on Stitcher.com. Big up again to my man Jerry Taylor. He does a show called Just Name It, or You Name It. Yeah, You Name It. So in other words, if you want to ask, what do you talk about? You name it. That's what they talk about. Big up to Lavinia. She be show enough. My favorite female podcaster. She does a show called Straight No Chaser, and also a show with her cousin called Just Thinking Out Loud. There's also my man Murray Riley Jr. He does political and news talk. It's called the Stomp and Shout Talk Show. I love his show. Check it out on Stitcher.com, also Spreaker.com. And big up to my girl Lisa Marie of Juice Talk Radio. You can hear her on Spreaker.com. And everybody else, let's get to it, man. I got to get my day started. Get your day started. Have a productive day, man. Peace out. Press your crease out. Keep the police out while I bust his niece out. And I'm out of here like last year. Hey.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What up, though?